Thank you so much for being out tonight. My name is Javier Gonzales, and I have the incredible honor and privilege of being mayor of our incredible city of Santa Fe. I want to begin tonight by thanking members of the City Council who were able to join us tonight. I'll ask them to please stand up, and then we can give a round of applause once I introduce them. Mayor Pro Tem Sig Lindell, City Councilor Renee Villarreal, City Councilor Ron Trujillo, City Councilor Peter Ives. We'd also like to welcome from the County Commissioner, Commissioner Anna Hansen. And of course, the legislators who go and fight for Santa Fe every year, our wonderful legislator, Representative Carl Trujillo. And the great Speaker of the House, Mr. Brian Egoff. I'd also like to acknowledge in the crowd tonight Marco Cerna, who's with us, our incredible district attorney. Marco, thank you so much. Good evening, Santa Fe.
Good evening, Mayor.
Time after time, as your mayor, in sadness and in celebration, I've been blown away by our community as we've come together. And looking out at this incredible crowd tonight that represents Santa Fe in all of its diversity, in all of its magic, you have done it again. I have always said that Santa Fe is at its best when we come together as a community. Whether we're looking for peace, for strength, for healing, for progress, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish as a Santa Fe family. Tonight we've come here for the same thing: peace and solace in the face of tragedy, and strength and solidarity as we move forward in a renewed struggle against the forces of evil, hatred, racism, and bigotry. And I hope before the night is over that we have found them in abundance. Tragedy that results from hate touches us all, particularly the communities who have endured ongoing violence well before the outrageous act of terror in Charlottesville this weekend. This tragedy is double not only because it cost lives, but because it happened as a direct result of the hatred that has been nurtured and sheltered by the President of the United States of all people. We have a message for the President tonight from all of us of goodwill. There are not two sides to blame on this issue, period. There are racists, there are white supremacists and neo-Nazis carrying torches through our streets, bullying and degrading and attacking those who stand up to them. And then there are those who oppose them. Only one side has blood on their hands today, Mr. President, and you are leading their ranks. What we are facing isn't anything new. It's the resurfacing of an old and relentless enemy. And we've seen it before in our history of slavery and conquest of Native people, in a civil war fought to abolish either slavery or the Union, in 100 years of segregation and white supremacy, in the marginalization of Native Americans, minorities, members of the LGBT community, immigrants, and other so-called outsiders, and now in the racism and hatred so proudly on display in Charlottesville. And although we have not seen that violence come to our city, we are not immune. This hatred, ignorance, and institutional oppression has only ever led to one place: violence. And now here we are again. And we are not without hope. We have defeated it before, and we can do it again. But Santa Feans, you've got to get in the game, because you can only, and we can only do it together. You've got to use your voice relentlessly to call out the hate. We must speak out against it. To do anything else, to be silent, to back down, to allow ourselves to be bullied into not speaking up, is to be complicit in allowing it to take root and to grow on our watch. And I'm betting, and I know that you will, because I've seen you rise to the occasion so many times before. After this weekend, I've seen a new generation of heroes step into the spotlight. Heroes like those teenagers and those wonderful people from Charlottesville, students at the University of Virginia, who stood up together against an onslaught of white supremacists carrying torches. And of course, heroes like Heather Hare, who we remember here tonight, who has been remembered in hundreds of spontaneous gatherings in cities all over this country. She didn't know that she was giving her life to a cause when she left her house that morning. But she knew doing nothing was not an option. So she marched for justice, sending out a call that each one of us has to answer for ourselves.
Good for her.
Ask ourselves, ask yourself, how will you respond? Ask if we have the will, ask if we have the courage to fulfill the promise that in America all people are created equal. Ask if we have the will to give real meaning to the idea that love can conquer hate. I know that together we can, and I know that together we will. But make no mistake, for this movement to succeed, to join the long list of American movements that have overcome everything from slavery to fascism to segregation, I believe that we must succeed in a nonviolent action. We cannot give in to the temptation to meet violence with violence. Instead, we will march our way to victory, rally our way to protest our way to victory, organize our way to victory, and more powerful than any other action we can take, we will vote our way to victory. Mi querido Santa Fe, tonight you've shown you are willing to engage. You have refused to stay silent. You have started our community down the long path toward a more just society, a more open city, and a more loving place than we currently stand. How that journey turns out will be up to all of you. And I cannot thank you enough for the way you have turned out to represent the true Santa Fe tonight. Thank you, and God bless you.